share it in the VIP chat afterwards, and we'll put it onto YouTube as well. And obviously, we'll share it in your community on the Telegram channel. Yes, so we can begin now. So I'm Robotic. I'm the founder of Blockchain Secrets. And today we have an AMA with Citizen or CITI, as it's abbreviated to. As I mentioned, we're going to record the AMA today and it will be published on YouTube. We'll place it in the VIP chat, we'll place it in your community. And the format of the AMA is a conversation between myself and my team with opportunities for questions at the end to the community. There is a giveaway for two times 25 BUSD for the best questions. And we have some questions already on Twitter and also in the Telegram post, which we can look at later on. So today we've got the CEO of Citizen, Maya. Is that how you pronounce it? Welcome. So firstly, please could you introduce yourself and tell us about your experience and background?
Hi. Okay, Mr. Robotic. Yes, it's pleasant to come here and engage with the Blockchain Secrets Lounge group. So, okay. Hello, everyone. This is Mia, not Maya. Like Mia
That's right.
is how. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's fine. So yes, I'm the founder and CEO at Citizens Blockchain Project, and today we have our private sale. In coming days, we have our pre-sale, and like we are launching City. So we would be talking about City token. Um, I just want to upload my page one more time.
Sorry. So first of all, could you just tell us about your experience, your personal experience, Mia?
Okay. Yeah, I just returned it here. So okay, so we can start now. I'm so sorry for the delay. So I have been in crypto space since last almost 1.5 years, and NFTs are what like was coming on YouTube and TV everywhere that really attracted me. And I have been in digital advertising business before coming here, and so the moment like I was able to find NFTs, like that really attracted me. And the first thing I wanted to myself build was an NFT marketplace. And within 2 weeks of coming in crypto, I was able to start trading on BSC tokens, start doing Ethereum. I have been holding Bitcoins like long time ago, but the whole deep blockchain space was only like discovered by me like 1.5 years ago. So yes, like only within 2 weeks, I did launch a token which performed pretty good, and since then I have been founding and building a few projects. I have done a meme token that did 42x, and then I have been known for Sugarland. So Sugarland had 3 versions, and we had no utility, but a very strong community of holders who had been with me since last over a year now. And we did wanted to build some use cases, but that was a struggle in DeFi space. It can be very like challenging to find different talented people and like deliver a good working utility. So what we wanted to build was something that allows us to showcase like very good upcoming projects, pre-sales, good investment opportunities. um, I'll take a pause. Like, Robotic, do you think my voice is like clear or
Yes, yes. Your voice is perfectly clear. I can hear you.
okay? Okay, it's coming in and out from me. So, okay, yeah. So, yes, like since a year long, like I wanted to deliver something in a way that my investor community is able to see that okay, there are some good projects, and Sugarland is vetting those. So we wanted to build something like that, and we wanted to have this happen through the token and the NFTs. So it was a year of ideas and concepts, and we tried to work it out, but yeah, like it happens when it has to happen. And now, like in past 4 months, we were able to build citizens, like build a great team here. Most of the
Mm.
people working are in-house, and we have a very talented, smart developer who was able to build exactly what we needed here. So we have now on-chain working listing platform, basically like meaning like all the scouting, and there is a very thorough vetting process, and it's all working on-chain, and like it's ready to use, it's ready to go live as soon as you launch the token. So yeah, like this is the brief introduction of what I have done in last 1.5 years by being in blockchain space. I do have
Okay.
a small community of investors. Yeah, like, and now we have City.
Oh, nice. Well, I can obviously speak on your behalf about you. I think you're very dedicated and committed. Your work ethic's very strong. You seem to be online huge amounts of time in the day, and you're always working, always trying to improve what you're doing. So that's really good to see the dedication that you show. And it's really good to hear that you have a community from Sugarland. You've got people that have followed you for a long time. That they obviously believe in you. So there's a lot of positives there about you as a person, I'd say. So first of all, you touched upon some of the ecosystem. Could you explain the vision and the mission of the project?
Okay, thank you. Those were very good words about me. But I have worked alone, and it's never a one-man job to launch a very successful, like something like a token on or a blockchain project. It was obviously effort of many good people that I have came across in last 1 year, and
Mm,
that includes you, that includes the baby, and some advisors I have worked with briefly, and obviously my current existing team. We are a staff of we do have an activist staff of 12 to 14 people right now. So and obviously we have to expand in coming days. So you asked about the mission and the vision. So
yes.
we always had the intention, we always had the intention to use investors' funds, fundraisings, and the taxes, and we wanted to use all that and build something that people in crypto space are looking for. Like it would be useful, it would drive value, and investors would be able to have something in their hands which is like long term, like building wealth in long term, and like being able to basically like even if it's a new investor in crypto space, like they should still be able to use this platform, and like people who are very experienced also like should be able to take advantage of this. So we have different and very good reward system. It's automated by chainlink technology. If you hold our tokens and if you hold the NFT, you basically are getting rewards every hour that you can claim from the app. And the NFTs, like you can pull them up here.
Sorry. Could we talk about development in a moment? I just want to touch upon the team first. Could you
Okay.
explain more about the team, about the experience and the roles, and then we'll move on to the development in a moment?
Okay, sure. So this is our like many of the members are not here. So you already see me. I'm the founder CEO here. Nomi is my sister, and she was a fashion designer earlier before like she joined me in the blockchain space. So she had been making NFTs. She has done the whole app user interface, like everything that you see on the app, the whole branding, logo, everything. Like she is a very talented, like very smart, very fast creative person, I would say. Like whatever we need done, like she does it for us. And then Jeff is one investor who had been like we met in Sugarland. He had been pretty like a very engaged, like yeah, like a very good person. Like he had been into stocks, and like then he moved to NFTs and crypto trading. So in last 1 year, we have been discussing, and I have like been seeing all these investors like who have all these talents, and they were interested in being a part of City. So yes, depending on like everything that I saw in last 1 year, it was a really long time. when I was able to see that how loyal like people can be to one crypto project, like sharing the same mission and vision. So yes, like Jeffrey or Supers, you can call him. He is the vetting head. He vets um, within a team. We do have a vetting team. All the projects that are coming in from our scouts, it goes through our vetting team. He deeply like every project that comes in, like we do a very rigorous research. We check the team, we check the liquidity log, we check the progress of the use case. We check each and everything like very thoroughly, and it's a very automated department as of now. I do not have to go and like work with them every day. It's all automated now, and so far in last 10 days, I believe we have vetted more than 50 projects. Some of them are launched, some of them are launching, and some of them are going to hold pre-sales. So vetting department is working great, like more than I expected. So yeah, like Jeff is handling all that. Now we have uh, Tony, like who is our full time, full stack, very talented developer. Like I have not seen a developer like him. He came through a very trusted reference 6 months ago, and at that time, yes, like I was still struggling to find the right developer for us. So apart from the token smart contract, like he has done all the smart contracts, front end, back end, like all of those. Just whatever I need to be done, like he executes it for me. And we together test every day. Very hardworking guy. He's from Japan, like a young developer, and very honest and hardworking person. So I'm very happy. In last 6 months, we have done like a whole lot of progress, like whatever we needed. So that part is good. And Freezy is our contract developer. So he has worked with many successful projects, and I've known him since last 1.5 year too. Like whatever I need done, custom contracts. We never worked on a fork contract. So yes, like whatever we need in terms of logic and so yes, like Freezy had been able to deliver. He recently did the contract for Doza also and some other like popular projects like earlier. We really don't disclose this, uh, uh, but yeah, like that's there. And now we have the baby. Everybody knows him. He is one uh, outstanding marketer. I would say the strategy that he was able to lay out in front of me. So that was really outstanding. The baby, I was. Like I was going through a lot of different marketers in BSC. I even went through the whole list of pink sale marketers, and none of them were able to pitch me like why should I hire them to market City. Like it was just the same blanket, like same boilerplate marketing plan. Like do Telegram marketing or do use the same influencers. So I needed something different for City. Like it had to be much more than just Telegram call channel marketing. So we went through CryptoKit Finance. I'm so happy like somebody was able to connect us with them. And after a thorough vetting from their end too, like they were checking everything, what we have built so far, what we are building, is that even useful? Are we doing the same Ford staking platform now? So everything was checked very thoroughly, and they agreed to work with us. So I'm so glad like we are working together, and the baby had been nothing but great.
I appreciate it, Mia. It's been a pleasure working with you before. Um, yeah, no, I'm excited about this. There's a lot of work that's gone into it, and obviously it's good to check and see a legitimate project like this that's been building over months in the background when the market hasn't been so good. There's a lot of different features to the actual smart contract that's going to help um, the initial buyers and help the early progress of the project. And we can kind of go into that in further detail. But just as far as the platform goes, I think there is a need for it. And I think there's, if investors are being told what they should invest in, and it makes research much easier, and there's passive income opportunities. I just don't see why there wouldn't be a need for it, because we get caught up in bad projects every day, unfortunately, and more often than not, it's the investors that get wrecked. So, yeah, no, I'm excited about this. Definitely a capable team anyway, and the product is good if you kind of want to give a guys a look at what's going on that front, Mia.
Yeah. So I mean, if we could have a look at the the NFTs first of all, maybe, and explain what the use case is for them.
Okay. Uh, I'm grabbing all my energy for this night. So here we have our NFTs. Our like on our official website, you can go on join pre-sale. That would have like lot more details, just like a landing page. So you would be able to find much more information here. Okay, so with the NFTs, like there are so many advantages. We have seen simple JPEGs in blockchain space, like in Ethereum or Solana. So in BSC, we have built these NFTs. They are going to be on I'm so sorry. Yes, like we are going to be on BSA with the Citizen NFTs. These NFTs, like if you mint them, it gives you a direct access to City Wealth Club. It's just a VIP membership. It gives you unlimited access on the app, all the utilities across City ecosystem. Um, there are some special requirements to be able to hold these NFTs. So it's not like you just pay 0 0.5 BNB fee and you are able to mint them. The special requirements needs you to be first part of citizen family. Like first you need to be a city holder. Depending on how many tokens you actually hold in your city wallet, like you would be able to mint one of those NFTs. The most basic one, that is level 5. We have 5 different levels. Um, the numbers are not really set in stone, like since we have this pink sale fair launch upcoming. So once we have a final price, these numbers may change. As of now, like what you need to understand is just like it would be somewhere around 50 to $100 worth minimum token that you would need in your wallet to be able to mint the level 5, the army. That is a common sort of NFT, but it gives you equal advantages like uh, um, free submissions. Like you can basically be scouting good projects out there if you have the NFT and actually get rewarded in return. So we have the free listings that is only possible by holding an NFT, City NFT. And the next is like as you go higher, if you hold more and more tokens, you'll be able to mint a higher level NFT. And that also means that there is 5x reward for level 1, the OGs. And the OGs actually are absolute favorite for me. Like I definitely like what we have in the most bottom level. Some of them have been created by me. Most of them have been created within our city team. And so yeah, like these NFTs, like they give you more and more power within the city ecosystem. Like you'd be able to submit some tokens for free every week. Basically it engages people like to contribute more to the platform. Let other investors also see like what you have found out there in crypto space. And you earn rewards. So just by holding the tokens and the NFT, you earn rewards. And once city starts making revenue from the application, yes, like there is revenue that would be going out to you in the same manner. Like top tier NFT holders, they get 5x. And so yeah, like all of this is powered by Chainlink automation technology. That is what we are currently working on in the backend. Like, that is the only aspect of development that we are working on. So I believe I covered a lot about NFTs. And if you want more details, you can go on our city website, like that displays a lot more. Next week, probably we should be having a very detailed Gitbook, so you can see like how to participate, like a scout different projects and submit
Mm.
on our app. So I believe like a lot of people would be interested in that because see, it's bearish markets, and it's even harder to find, like it's even harder to trust like which projects to invest in. So yes, if
Mm.
somebody is finding one, like we are more than happy to reward them. The contract will automatically reward them back in city tokens if they are providing something valuable, like a great project, and the wedding team really likes it. So we will approve it. It will show on the listing app, and yes, at the same time, you are rewarded in city tokens. So that is a great earning opportunity too, apart from the rewards that would be coming in every day, like all day.
Yeah, so they're really really beautiful designs, and there's multiple benefits, like you say. There's rewards that are received from the ecosystem, and there's also the opportunity to list on the platform. From my understanding, if you hold the higher level NFTs, and I believe that a certain quantity of NFTs are being given to marketers and influencers, etc. So they can then list projects on the platform, which is a good idea to get initial projects on there.
Yeah, like we have so many different resources. Like we are already like building some partnerships, and these are with different communities, with some big projects out there, some marketing agencies, like very top tier agencies, and we are working with them closely so that they are the first ones many times to actually know like what is the best, like next best project like coming out there. So they would be able to submit it to us, and we all would be able to know like before it really takes off. So
Mm. Yeah, it's good to have that early entry, is it? And the best people for that are marketers or people, devs connected to projects. People that work with teams on a regular basis. Yeah, so I think that we've touched upon some of the platform itself, like the listing platform. Could you explain more about what actually is the platform for?
Uh, okay, so if you go on our app, like that is app.cityworld.io, so there are lots of different things that we have integrated, and a lot more are going to be added. Like for example, you can go and check all your like city portfolio here, and that is on the dashboard. You would be able to swap your tokens to like we have just this like simple as of now. We do plan on integrating a multi-chain swap on here. You'd be able to buy our pre-sale. Like, that's going to happen today here, and we do plan on building fundraisings, very different from what is out there right now. So we can touch base on that later. So okay, yeah, like this is the page I was not able to pull up yesterday. So in city like the major attraction would be our listing platform. um, if you have been in crypto space, and you are on Telegram, so you would know there are so many Telegram call channels. Like it's so common, like so many of them. So and definitely like many of them are doing a great job and bringing all these projects in front. But then if I want to invest, I wouldn't have time. Like myself being a developer, I wouldn't have time at all, and it had always been the case. I wanted a trustworthy platform where all the tokens from everywhere, like lots of tokens, are getting filtered and they are being put in front of me, and I will be able to see like that which chain this project is coming on, or like when is it coming on, like are there any really good high quality pre-sales coming up. So I was not able to do that on CMC. I was not able to keep track of all the call channels, and definitely like on dextos, like most of the top gainers, you find them like they have no liquidity. So it can be really frustrating for people like me, and many who are like interested in crypto investments, but it's so hard to keep track like what's coming, and do a thorough research. But then there is a scenario where if we do have a very smart vetting team, we are filtering all these projects and presenting them in front of you. So if you are holding City tokens, you would be able to access our page and see a lot of good projects every day, like pre-sales, launching, launched, and in future we are adding NFTs. So yeah, like this is what we have. And in the my account page, like this is what like I should really show. This page is actually hidden. You wouldn't be able to access it as of now if you don't have the actual tokens. So you'd be able to set a profile. Um, you need to be a token holder and then get in this page. And it depends. Like if you have the NFT, you'd be able to claim hourly rewards. We keep collecting here. You'd be able to claim them. And if you have submitted any token for listing and you held one NFT at least in your wallet, so there's a free listing, free submission feature. And if your submission actually gets approved, you do get rewards back here in City. And then we have City revenue. So all of these three different types of earnings you could actually make by holding City and by holding an NFT. And now, like this is the form that you need to fill. It's a fairly very simple form. And if you have an NFT, there is no cost whatsoever. Every week you can submit one project. It's a very simple form. Just enter like it's a token, if it's going to have a launch, is it already launched, the name of the project, and maybe a contract address, and definitely a website. So it's a very fairly easy form that users should be very easy to fill up. It's like earlier we were thinking of like a 30 different like details for each project. Now, like if you just give us the name of the project and website, we would be able to do the whole research. The vetting team is working like long hours to make sure like nothing slips out, like, and it's very high quality listings that we are making. There have been some projects who attempted to do this, but the quality really went down. Here in City, like we are spending like hours to make sure like nothing slips out, like just because like everything's looking good on the surface level, and it might still be potentially like a scam. It's a possibility, or there might be like some hidden factors. Like we research through it all. We wouldn't list anything that we ourselves wouldn't be investing in. Like it all has to be very high quality. So yes, like the vetting team, the scouting team, they are doing their jobs, and next week we are planning to start uploading those 25 30 projects like which are ready to get listed. And definitely with the launch projects we are going to attempt with collaborations. We do have some, we are going to add some. So yeah, like those collaborations are also going to mean a lot.
Huh. Awesome. Yeah. The best thing about crypto is to connect and collaborate, with as many people as you can, because that's how you get forward, as the baby will probably say as well. Um,
Yeah,
that's how I met him, and how I met you. Is by connecting with people, and that leads to
yeah, right.
opportunity. Yeah,
Um,
it looks like an awesome platform. I love the way that it looks, like the UI. I think it's really intuitive the way that you can see projects, and obviously, I believe there's plans to expand it. To enable you to search for marketers and developers as well. And like you say, there's potential for fundraisings on there as well. So, as a platform, it's going to have multiple functionality, and a lot of a lot of reasons to be there. In there is some similarities, I guess. With other platforms, maybe such as Veta or Mobula. There is some other projects out there doing similar things, but I'd say the UI on this is very nice. And obviously, there is a difference in that there's an in-house team of vetting professionals. I don't know if you touch upon that briefly. Like how many projects have you vetted so far? Who's doing the vetting, and what kind of process is that?
Okay, so yes, like what you said is pretty right. Like for city, like the vetting is the ultimate. Like it has to be very perfect. We cannot just like sleep on it at all. Like each and every project goes through equal level of vetting. As of now, they had been coming in through our scouting marts, who are part of the team. Um, in the vetting team is actively like going through them every day as we talk. So but then as soon as we have our token launch, our holders would be able to hold tokens and get inside the platform and be able to submit. They would be able to do paid listings. But then there would be our NFT launch just a few days after the token launch. So once you hold the NFT, you would be able to like start submitting some good projects on the platform. So once all of these tokens are being submitted, all these like they might be on BSC or Ethereum or any other blockchain. So once these are submitted, all the information gets carried over into our database, and the vetting team does go through all of them like one by one. So once they approve, it goes and like it shows as listed on our platform. um, Regarding the vetting process, we are not 100% like publicly announcing exactly how. Like we do have reservations against some projects, like we would just reject right away. Like that would be like meme tokens mostly. If they have no use case, they have no roadmap, and there is a anonymous team. So, and then they have like high APY staking platforms. So yes, like these are some red flags like we try to avoid straight away. And like mint functions and very unsustainable reward system. So yeah, like we look at those things. And yeah, like with the betting, like if a project is already launched, like we also look at the liquidity. Like we are trying to not list anything which has less than 200 BNB liquidity. So that is another factor. Because we are already attracting so many investors, and maybe some of them would like to buy more. The liquidity pool has to be supportive of it. So yes, like extremely low liquidity, uh, we do not approve of that. So we like to see very active teams, very active development or marketing. Like there should be some kind of progress. So yeah, like those are the major factors I could talk about right now.
Perfect. Thank you for explaining that. It sounds like really good. You know that you try a vetting team and certain criteria to get quality projects. It's always worth knowing that. You know, because when you go on to certain other platforms, they literally bring on many scam projects. So, you know, sometimes they slip through the net, as you know. You know, there's been many, what's it called? Many issues with coin market cap, for instance. You know, with the projects they allow to go on there. Often the team slips through scams, you know, for money basically. So it's good that you've got kind of protection in place. Yeah, that's really looks like a really good platform. So I'm interested to know about the actual contracts. You know, you mentioned there's these different reward systems. What kind of security is there in place? You know, is there another developer checking the developer's work? Have you got an audit yet? And if so, who with?
Okay, so the smart contract, the token smart contract has not been not been audited yet. So yes, like I have been thoroughly doing any scenario of exploits. Like I had been thoroughly checking like last 3 months. That is for the token. We do have a very custom smart contract that was designed to control, like to have a controlled vesting mechanism, which is a little rare, considering that we have three different categories of holders who would be like their wallets would be put into certain categories, and there would be a daily sell limit of how much they can sell. So yes, like all those had been tested thoroughly. Like any kind of exploit, we try to find it. And now like we are going to get audited by contract checker. So they check actually with the real liquidity pools. It was suggested by PinkSale to actually use them, and they do stand out like with the way they actually do the auditings. So yes, like this week we should be audited by them. If there is any correction needed or anything that is pointed out, we would be able to fix that right in time. So yeah, like that's there. And we do plan on certic audit. It will come eventually.
Yeah, it's good to hear that you've been doing some testing yourself and getting stuck in. You know, it's the best way. I was a developer myself for many years. And you know, by doing it yourself, you can see if the system works. I mean, you don't need to be a developer to test either. You know, it's just better to have a group of people who investors maybe, you know, to stress test it and make sure everything's okay. I'm sure you're thinking about that in the next stage, maybe getting more people involved. And Certic, obviously, everyone likes to hear the Certic buzzword. You know, there's a lot of large tick along with liquidity, etc. Both good factors that you've got. So you touched upon the controlled, you know, vesting the cells. I don't know if you want to show us quickly that diagram, just to show us what that looks like.
Okay, yeah, like it's right here. And you are pretty right. Like, see, like if you had been a developer, you would know. Like until you are 100% sure of your smart contract and everything that you are going to put in front of the users, there had to be several test rounds. Like I'm not sure. Like some developers do that mistake, but it's a very unforgivable mistake. Like you need to know like how your contract is doing everything, and it has to work perfectly before it's real money that's going to be like yeah involved in that. So yeah, like and now the controlled vesting is uh, it was actually inspired. Like few months ago, there had been few tokens doing 1% daily sell limit, and I took that idea, and like it was circulated, like we were discussing every day, like for a very long time, within our volunteer and moderators group. Among 30 people, like I approached with this idea. If instead of 1% daily sell limit, we can use the same concept, and we put it where it really matters. Like we are just basically getting all the early buyers, all the initial token holders, to be able to sell only 25% of what they have in City every day. So like the advantage would be that when projects go on IDOs, it's fairly common. Like if there is no vesting as schedule, like it's definitely not very healthy for the token at the launch day. And in the way like how we are seeing current market situations, yes, like we need to balance it out. In last 4 or 5 months, we have seen like how many of those pink sale or gem pad, like the tokens, like they launch and then there is no vesting in place. And if there is just a little delay with the marketing or with little less volume coming in, so yeah, it's like investors, they are in hurry, they will start selling away and the token just crashes right away. So what we have done in here is, along with all the great partnerships, all the big partnerships, advertising deals, the Davy is bringing all these big influencers. So yes, like on top of all that, like from the tokenomics side of things, we have integrated this kind of contract which will balance everything, and we are expecting like a good healthy price floor. So basically this is a win-win for most of the early buyers and investors. They would be able to see that yes, like once the trading launches, there would be new buyers coming in. And when you compare it with a token that has 1% daily sell limit, you are going to exhaust an audience. Like not everybody is going to be comfortable buying a token like forever, like that has such high restriction. So in crypto space, like for a token like ours, for any BSC token, yes, you would want to attract short-term, long-term buyers, both of them. So yes, like after 6 hours of launch, there is free trading. Whatever you buy, you can sell right away. So, but all the early buyers, like they have these restrictions only for first 2 weeks, and then yeah, it's 100% sell limit for everybody. Like you can sell the whole thing, make some good revenue. But yeah, like initially, I believe like this is very important considering like how big fair launches are actually performing, how uh, like yeah, people are definitely like flipping for 2x, so that can be really harmful for a long-term utility project. So I believe we have done the right thing here, and this is in best interest for everybody involved. I believe the new buyers, like new investors that are going to see this, they will actually like how our contract is set up. What do you think? I believe
Yeah,
like you
no,
you understand it. Yeah.
I understand it. Yeah, it's obviously it is a good idea. There's obviously there's positives and negatives about it. But I think overall that there's a positive, idea, and I think it'll be received well. But there is, obviously a bit of a debate, I think, in terms of this kind of approach. But I think overall it's positive. But I think we should touch upon the marketing strategy, because obviously there's going to be points where people can sell more during this period. It ultimately it is like vesting in a way, but it's different ways controlling the sell limits. So I don't know if the baby, are you available to talk about the marketing strategy at all, or?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit under the weather today. But yeah, no, we've obviously got an approach that we're going to be taking in this phase of the private sale, and then obviously in the build up to pre-sale. Like we want to get as many partnerships lined up as possible, whether that's with influencers. We'll be obviously taking the generic Telegram approach and hopefully targeting some of the more organic callers rather than just the big channels that everybody expects to do. We'll be doing a lot of crypto Twitter, focusing on a lot of influencers there that we'll be doing spaces with. Obviously, have long term associations with these guys, and then obviously we can showcase the platform and get the traffic funneling in the right way with banner advertising and obviously certain YouTube content because we have a lot of visuals and a lot of good visuals of walkthroughs that people can do with this app. So we're definitely gonna capitalize on that. But other than that, we want to be setting up partnerships. So we have obviously a partnership lined up with a very big Dex, very big partner, notorious partner in the BSC, and that'll be obviously tit for tat. They'll be giving us projects, we'll be giving them projects. We also have a deal lined up with a digital advertising company. They're a publicly traded Nasdaq company, and they've had like tokens like Grove and Blockbusters Tech. They've done extortion work. So it's obviously about creating different layers and layers and layers and targeting investors outside the space. So it's important that when we conclude our pre-sale on the 28th of October, we're not going to actually launch until the 7th of November. So that leaves us a window to execute marketing in a phase that builds up to launch so that we can separate pre-sale buyers from launch buyers. And then obviously we can develop long-term partnerships and obviously further listings to get those really good blue chip projects when you have momentum, when you have a big community and everybody wants a piece of the pie. So um, obviously we have different approaches in what we're going to do. We're going to see how the sale goes later today, and then obviously on to the next sale, on to the next sale, on to the next sale, and then um, yeah, start preparing for launch.
So just on that point, do you just want to talk about the sale today? How much is being raised today?
Yeah, so today we're going to be raising 60 BNB starting at 8 p.m. UTC tonight. If you contribute over 3 BNB, you'll get a top tier NFT. Then we'll host our next sale, and obviously that's the best price on tokens. Then you get your next phase of sale, next standard of, or tier of NFT, so on and so forth. These will have controlled vesting, obviously, with the max sell limit of 25%. But for me, it's a better alternative and solution to like a stringent vesting schedule with a huge cliff. It's insane how much volume dries out when people know, oh, there's airdrops coming. This is coming. This is coming. Where it's only a 2 week vesting schedule, and if you have that short term mentality, um, you'll sell just your 25% daily, and obviously you'll be able to recoup your initial if it goes 4x because you have access to all your tokens. And if you want to sell them within the 2 week limit, you go ahead at that time. But we'll obviously have to be aware of when that release happens and when that sell limit goes away. But the majority of short term holders, because of the way the vesting is designed, they'll be out within the first 3 or 4 days anyway because they'll be selling 25% daily.
Mm. I know from speaking to you that as well, obviously you touched upon there, you mentioned big partnerships and some, the stuff upcoming. I don't know if you can share any of the potential partnerships that are coming.
Yeah, for sure. One of the partnerships now we've been working on, and we've kind of passed the initial phase of vetting. And like, if you guys know me or any of the previous projects I've worked with, I've been working with their team quite a lot, and I've been helping them get a lot of listings on the BSC especially. But we've been talking with SafeMoon. We'll probably do a partnership with them where that we feed them projects and they'll feed us projects as well. So yeah, that'll be an ongoing kind of thing. We'll obviously start as maybe a common partner because the more cheaper alternative, but their impact on Twitter, their reach in Discord, their community is just it's it's uncomparable when you put it up against other BSC projects. They have the biggest community, and obviously they still hold the record for the highest market cap seen in the space. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about getting that deal done. I know Jonas and Hayden very well, their leads, sales reps and stuff like that. So we'll definitely be doing something with them for sure. Obviously Mia has been talking with the Chainlink team, and we have the Chainlink integration, so we'll be hopefully doing a marketing spree with them as well. And they said if we can get to that between $2 and $3 million daily range, they'll actually use us as a partner and integrate us onto Chainlink, which would be insane. So obviously, if we can get to that market cap, like I want to get some long-term ambassadors on board with me, people sharing content on YouTube, talking with her on streams, and obviously, crypto Twitter promotion is massive now, and there's huge volume with a lot of these bigger influencers. So we definitely have the contacts with them. We'll be approaching them once the sale concludes. So they'll be obviously sharing the news and sharing the news. I would like within the first month or two. I know it's obviously it's a slow and tedious process for some of these CEXs, but I would like to see us get listed on a tier one or tier two. If the funds are available, we can definitely do it for sure.
Man, thanks for explaining. Yeah, it's an amazing news, and I know you've worked with SafeMoon before. Obviously, said in previous projects, and I know you've got a close relationship with them, so it's definitely possible, and you've definitely got the connections to create some really good partnerships with YouTubers, Twitter influencers, etc., and get the visibility and traction around these strategic points as well. I don't think it's all going to happen all in one go. I think it's going to be, from what you've told me in private, it's going to be progressive and in line. When these sell limits do, decrease, then obviously there's going to be, marketing to coincide with that to mitigate any sell pressure. The idea is to continue the momentum. Certainly in the first few weeks, that's the most important period, really, and then getting going from there. But you've got to get the visibility early on. It's really important. The launch is everything. Certainly, in Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum projects, it's really important to have a solid launch, and I know you've got that in mind and that covered. Um, could you talk about the initial market cap and how much liquidity there's going to be, either you or Mia? Sorry. I'm a bit tired. I've got a headache myself. Yeah.
Mia, I can handle that one. She goes through everything with a fine tooth comb. Robotic. She literally will
Yeah.
monitor the sell impact of like having this as a max wallet and how much sell pressure or anything like that will happen with this vesting schedule. Yeah, it's everything is very calculated. Mia, you can give a better description of that than I ever could.
I'll be here just a few seconds.
No problem. And after that, I think we'll open up some questions. I can see people have got their hands up, so we'll ask some questions after we've just explained the market cap and the pre-sale. How much you're raising and liquidity. If you could just explain those key points, and then we'll move on to some questions.
Okay, sure. So, as you can see, like we have this screen up for how many rounds and what's actually coming up next. So we will see private sale, pink sale fair launch. Then we have our listing and our NFT launch. So all the details are here. You can go on cityworld.io and join pre-sale. Like you'll see all the details. But I must cover. Um, in so many projects, like like they can have the perfect marketing and they can have like maybe a good looking app. What really is often a miss is a good tokenomics. Like you need to have your tokens distributed well. The supply needs to be measured very well. So yes, like we ran several simulators. It was done 4 months ago where we actually calculated like how much should be the private sale and what is our target cap for pink sale fair launch. And then we have all these limitations. Obviously, like for private, you can buy up to 5 BNB. That's the max. And in the pink sale fair launch, we have added like how much each buyer would be able to like buy in like per wallet. So these things are very important, and we have maxed that to 15 BNB per wallet. That is for Pinksil. Today, 5 BNB would be the max buy for everyone. And depending on what is the listing price after our IDO, our public round, so we would be finalizing the price. And on top of that, like there is 10% to 30% discount that is going in the private sale round, like that is happening today. So anybody who buys today, they would be able to be in that like they would be up on their investment already by 10 to 30%, which is a pretty healthy mark. Like we are just giving this advantageous position along with one of the citizen NFT airdrop. If you buy 3 BNB or above, like we will give you that NFT before the actual NFT launch event. So you would be the first people to actually hold our NFT and also interact within the city app. Like so, yeah, like that is that's all I guess. And we are locking 55% of what we raised from the Pink Cell Fair launch. This is very important. We already have an agreement with the marketing team to spend 30% of our Pink Cell raise towards the marketing. Let's say we do a higher number just in case. So we will spend like a very proportional amount towards the marketing also, just so that like we have a good price action and combine that along with the control vesting, the anti-dump mechanism. So there are so many factors. Yeah, like all that should lead to a healthy price action and be a win-win for early buyers and everybody who joins us later. And you would want to get in early because the app access is fixed at 10,000 CITI. So if the price of CITI goes up, you will need to spend extra to get access to our app. So being early is good. But yeah, like do your own research and now we can take questions.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'll just move on to questions then. So I'll unmute Miguel. Let you go. Okay, Miguel, you can speak now. Miguel, have you got a question? No, I can't hear you. Sorry, I'll move on to the next person. If you decide to ask a question, we can ask you again. Okay, I'll ask Patrick. Patrick, have you got a question?
Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello,
Yes.
hello.
Have you got a question?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Have you got a question?
Yeah. So
Have you
my
got a
question.
question? Okay, go on.
My
Uh,
question is, I know that in order to get the access to your platform, hello.
it's a really bad line. Yeah, I can't really
Sorry,
hear
sorry.
you.
Hello.
Have you got a question?
Okay. So my question is, I know that in order to get easy access to your platform, one of the necessary criteria is to hold only 10,000 CP token or $28 worth. When launched, have you set for the holder with a total supply 10,000 GP token for the holder permanently, or will there be another reduction? Obviously, the low cost item will attract more convenience even more.
Are you asking about the launch date and the tax on the token, is it? And how to get access to the app? Is that what you asked?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Sorry, next question just then. The tax, I believe, is 6 and 6, isn't it, Mia?
Yeah, like it's 6% on buys and sells both.
She can go into the breakdown of that, and then obviously the launch date we're planning the 7th of November, and because everything's ready, I don't think we should see um any delays. To be honest, we'll be executing all our dates anyway. You can kind of go into the breakdown of the taxes, then yeah.
Okay,
The tax.
so
Tax.
okay, so yeah, the taxes are 6%, and we are going to fund the marketing treasury. So 3% goes to the marketing funds, and 2% goes towards operation, app building, and to finish our utilities that are going to come further, and obviously to spend on the listings. We do have a liquidity building feature, so that would be 0.8% of the taxes on each trade. What should really be very interesting for everyone is we do have auto burn, which will be actually reducing the supply. So if you are on KuCoin, you're watching the charts, you'd actually be seeing on each trade, the more volume we have, there would be substantial reduce in the supply. We are starting at 1 billion tokens from the beginning, and then it would keep going down like every day. We can do manual bins, which will reduce like a significant amount of supply right away. And then we also have these auto burn on each trade. So yeah, like that totals up to 6%. What we should also talk about is since we have those 2 weeks vesting, um, many tokens actually get exploited. We already have disabled the transfers. So there was actually an exploit which really has wrecked projects earlier. So when um, holders are able to sell 25% from their wallet, the exploit actually covers that you would be able to move your tokens to another wallet and sell 25% from there. So all of that is covered. We have disabled the transfers until the first 2 weeks. The early buyers won't be able to transfer between the wallets. So that is one point we should keep that in mind. And once the transfers are active, or if you are like if you have bought after the launch, you would be able to transfer as well, and that is at same taxes 6%. So we have seen projects like basically if they don't have transfer taxes, there can be a lot of manipulation combining the wallets and selling off. So that has already been taken care of in our contract. So we're good.
Awesome. It's good to hear that you've got a decent point marketing. It's always important. And there's quite a new few other, the operation cost you've got to cover, in the taxes. No other way, you've got to pay the team for sure. We'll just move on to the next question then, if you've got time for one more. Edu, um, hopefully it's a clear line, I pray. Edu,
Oh, yeah, that was good.
is, is there anybody there? Edu? No, let's move on to the next one. Pablo Smith, come on then, we'll choose you. Pablo
Hello, sir.
Smith. Oh, Edu, you're here. Go on. Yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me,
Hear
sir?
me?
I'm going to meet you, Pablo. Sorry, Edo was first. Go on.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, ask a question.
Hello.
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 So you're going to.
Yeah. My question is, security is always most important for a user. Can you tell us about your platform
So I think you're asking about security measures in place, which you've kind of touched upon, haven't you, Mia, with the audit and the testing. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we got your question.
Yeah. Uh,
Thank you.
my question is, security.
Oh, go on. Go on.
Yeah. Security is always most important for a user. Can you tell us about your platform security? Have you done any audit via any audit platform? Thank you.
Well, I can answer that. I can't hear Mia, but there is no audit yet, but they're getting an audit, and it's likely going to be CITIC, the gold standard. And there's been rigorous testing by the developer and also the CEO and many other people as well. And there's plans for further testing coming up. So yeah, there is obviously going to be an audit, much testing. Um, Everything is going to be very much tested thoroughly. So I don't think there's any concerns there. But
Yeah,
thank
and
you for your question.
I think as well, Mia's got previous experience as a developer herself, and obviously the other developer that's working on the platform has been highly regarded and has worked with other projects, pretty big ones. So I hope, hopefully, security won't be an issue.
Okay, great. Well, I think that closes the AMA. There is some questions in chat. You may want to look at them, Mia, afterwards, and maybe respond to a couple in the actual Telegram post. But that's everything from me. Thank you for coming today, the baby and Mia. It's been great to hear from you and Citizen. There is the pre-sale round one at 8 p.m. tonight. I'll tag everybody in, do the at all everyone in the VIP chat, which is the private chat. And yeah, obviously, if anyone wants to contribute to pre-sale round one, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to send the link to the chat. Or you can send me a direct message and tag me in the blockchain secrets chat. We will be putting the link in the VIP chat as well. So, is there anything else you'd like to close with, the baby, Mia?
I'm
No,
so sorry I couldn't reply that earlier. Like our developer is just like work, he's trying to come on my PC and work on it. So I'm so sorry I got distracted. Yeah, like basically the question was about contract security and testing. So we have made sure like we have done our rounds of several stress testing, as we call it. So there had been like every possible scenario like that has been already tested. I have personally myself made sure of that. But then we are going to have our first contract audit by Contract Checker. They are verified pink sale auditors, and we would definitely be KYC directly with pink sale. It's a very thorough KYC process, and yeah, like so that's good. And then we have more of smart contracts within our app, so they have been thoroughly tested too. So I believe, yeah, like we are good in terms of contract security. Later down the line, we definitely believe that we could get Certic Audit and a Skynet. So that is 24/7 monitoring.
And thank you for the explanation. Yeah, great to know there's going to be security. Is there anything you'd like to close on? We finished the AMA now, so I'm going to wrap it up.
I was expecting like a lot more questions, deeper questions. So yeah, like we are fine. Like very sweet, easy questions for us. Overall, it's always a great experience to bring our project in front of so many new people, and I believe everybody had like seen. You can visit our website. Our private sale actually starts in 3 hours from now. We do have very very definite timelines that we are trying to work here. So yeah, like considering everything, if you have any questions, you can always jump to our own Telegram group. And yeah, like it was a good connect. Thank you, Robotic.
Thank you very much for your time today. Okay, it's great. Well, nice to see you, baby. Speak soon, no doubt. All right, I'll take care,
thank you,
guys.
sir. Thank you, sir. We'll chat soon as well. I'm sure we'll be in touch.
All right. See you then.
Take it
Have a good
easy.
night. I'm going to drink now, I think. I've got it. Like it's midnight for me now. All right. Take care, guys.
Take
Bye.
it easy. Bye bye.